So for today's video, it will be posted, but a little information, I'm out of town at a river with my family, so probably won't be a lot of videos up today. Well, I guess today and tomorrow. We drive back tomorrow. We drove up yesterday morning. So I'll have a video posted. Well, the video, and that this will be in. Yeah. Ciao. Hello. Alright. Today's video is about I just blanked. Today's video is about you'll never change unless you change the way you think, and you will only experience the same feelings that you've experienced before. So if you don't change the way that you view things, your perspective of things, how you let it affect you, how you react to it, then you repeat the same feelings and actions, which ultimately leads to the same experiences, and you don't grow and you don't change. Like a drug addict, for instance, each time they go to do drugs, they have the choice to make, well, I could not do this right now, you know what I mean? And I do struggle with this sometimes, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I really don't want to work out. Oh, I really don't want to make a video right now. Oh, I really don't want to post right now. And then I'm like, but that's what I want to do. I have to change how I feel about it to receive a different expression, because I felt like that in the past before, and when I felt like that in the past before, I ended up in the same spot. You know what I mean? If you don't change how you look at things, then nothing will ever change. Like the quote that says, nothing changes if nothing changes, is so true, because nothing really changes unless you make it change, unless you make the choice to change it, if that makes sense. And I mean that in the sense that you have to be actively present. I guess that's kind of the same word, present and actively. Well, I don't know. You have to actively be present. You can't just be present from every now and then and hope it'll change. You have to be present in every single moment, and that can be hard, and it is very hard. Even for me, and I'm not perfect with it whatsoever. I struggle with being in the present moment a lot. But you have to be in the present moment and make a different choice each time. Like, you know, if you go to work every day and you're like, all right, well, I don't like this 9 to 5. Well, then every day you wake up and you're like, oh, I don't like this 9 to 5, and you don't do anything to change it. And what's the point of having that thought? Because nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you don't consciously make the decision to either change something about it or do something about it, then don't voice it, if that makes sense. I don't want to say don't complain, but don't complain. And that really hits home for me, because, you know, with my parents or whatever, you know, we're still trying to kind of work it out or whatever. It's still awkward. My mom says some very passive-aggressive stuff. I know she watches my video, but and instead of reacting, I'm now choosing the choice of not reacting, and I don't want to say not giving her the benefit of the doubt of making me feel bad or whatever, but essentially not giving her the benefit of the doubt. I'm kind of choosing to, every time she says something that is passive-aggressive, I just kind of step away from it. I'm just kind of like, you know what, I just kind of leave it. Not in the sense of I ignore it, but not in the sense of I don't process the emotions and the feelings that it makes me feel, but in the sense that I don't let it affect me negatively. And I understand that me and her are both at different viewpoints mentally, and we're both at different viewpoints in our religion. I'm I've broken from the confines and the restraints of religion, whereas she's still stuck in the God this, God that. And I've broken into, because even in the Bible it says you're supposed to find a genuine connection with God, but you don't find a genuine connection with God by getting on your knees and praying and reading the Bible. You find that by connecting energetically to the universe, which then she would be like, well, some people would be like, oh, well, that just means, whatever you believe in is just a copy of Christianity. No, because I don't look up to a God. I don't look up to a deity. I don't get on my knees and pray. I'm self-conscious. I'm self-aware. That's the choice that I'm making to feel, as opposed to having to wake up and be like, all right, well, God, I choose to be happy today. I'll listen to you today. No, I choose to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to feel good. I want to have a good day. You know what I mean? And that's the choice of choosing positive. If nothing changes, you will continue to experience the same things. I had a very bad problem with females, as in contact-wise, physically. But I've made the mental choice that every time I have that kind of thought, every time I have that kind of feeling, I step away from it. I process it, and then I release it. I release that energy. I don't take action on that energy. But that's a mental choice that I've made. That's a choice that it's a choice that I've taken that's different from the past. I don't want to say I have an addiction to video games, but I used to have an addiction for video games, and I'm still kind of struggling with time management with it. But I'm actively taking the choice to try and better myself about it. Now, that doesn't mean, I wake up and the next day it's gone, because no, you can't ever really. Some people can go quote-unquote cold turkey, but for most people it's very hard and not good to do. So the best thing to do is to switch the negative with a positive, or I guess a negative with a neutral, however you want to word it. But nothing really offers neutral energy. It's either positive or negative. Like, for instance, if you're a smoker and you're like, oh, I'm gonna quit smoking, but it's hard for me to just stop. Well, then every time you want to smoke, make the choice to do something different. Make the choice to go on a walk. Make the choice to do something. Now, if you make the choice that, I want to smoke, so let me not smoke. Let me go watch 15 minutes of TikTok. That's not a positive. That's not something you should do. That's the opposite of it. That's taking away from the point. That just goes to show that, or that you have to make the conscious change to change it. Otherwise, it doesn't change. And that's kind of what I'm currently focusing on. I'm currently focusing on how to manifest my future, yet remain present. And I'm still not entirely sure how to do it. It's hard, very hard. It's the lesson that the universe is currently teaching me on, and is trying to provide me different ways. And I'm trying to be open and present to it, while still dealing with my parents and still dealing with a lot of other things in my life. Also, I got a car, so we went through like we got over there at 9 and we left at 4, or we got over there at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 hours. 6-hour thing to get a car, but finally got a car, drove it home. It's really nice, it works well, runs good, I like it. It's a good little fit for me. I now have insurance and car note and tag and all this other stuff that I gotta take care of now, but I mean, I'm kind of enjoying it. It's giving me a sense of more control of my own life, although my parents are trying to take away from me. Give me a little more maturity, I guess, a little more responsibility in my life, and I like that. Although I already have a lot of responsibility, it adds more, and I like the challenge, you know what I mean? And I'm actually really enjoying the challenge that the universe is giving me about trying to figure out whether or not or how to, not whether or not, how to proceed with manifesting my future, yet remaining present. Because I want, I want to have money, I want to have nice cars, I want to have all these different things, I want to do all these different things. And I don't know when it's supposed to happen. I don't know how it's supposed to happen. I don't know if the universe is going to just be like, blam, here you go. It might just be a slow gradual process. I might make it via YouTube. One of my person I talk to a lot, Angel, she was like, what I can say is that she was like, I'm also working on this myself. But what I realized is that you find the things that provide you the most energy and offer you the most positive energy, that energy in your present moment. It's like the things you do day to day, which is for me dance, making YouTube videos, working out, driving, like that kind of stuff. Those are all things that give me like really positive energy. She was like, take those, and then in those things that you do, when you find positive energy in that, it'll kind of give you clues and hints in how to move to our future. She was like, your plan doesn't have to be very defined, because even with like the opening number that we made for our recital, she was like, it wasn't very put together. We just kind of put pieces and it just kind of all pieced together, and it came out really beautiful and really nice. So she was like, just kind of get your destination point, your goal point, where you want, and then doing what you love and what you want, you will kind of just fill in those blanks to get to that point. And that really helps, because that changed my mindset on it. My mindset was, I have no idea how to do this, whereas now it's I still not have no idea, but now I know where to start, or I know what to try. You know what I mean? I can try and I can fail, and I can try and I can fail, and then I can try and fail and I'll learn something else. And then what do I do? Then I change my viewpoint so I can change the outcome. Just like you have to change your thought pattern to change the action, to change the experience. I don't know how long this has been. I don't know how long this video is. I have the camera flipped today. Hopefully the camera quality is a little better because it's in cinematic mode. It looks a little better. Hopefully it's focused on me. Hopefully it's still recording. As always, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Never stressing, always pressing. I'm stressing a little bit, but I'm still pressing. The man who believes the journey is over has truly lost, and is worse than the man who knows to continue fighting. Kaizen, the act of constantly improving slightly every day. And being present. Thank you guys for watching. Ciao.